Life is hard, and it can be so overwhelming at times.
Best-selling author and medical professional Michael Vanderplas is here to talk with us about how we can help ourselves or loved ones that may be considering suicide as a way out. Michael, welcome back to the show.
Thanks.
We remember when you were here last time and your message really stuck with us. It was a very powerful segment. Will you remind us your background? You travel a lot, speaking to different people, different military. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so my background is I've been a nurse for the past 20 years. A lot of it's been in ICU, but quite a bit of it has been in psychiatric as well. About 4 years ago, I was working at an adolescent psychiatric unit, and I came up with a theory of what is the unconscious driver for why people commit suicide. And during the COVID pandemic, when I went back to working ICU, I realized that if I didn't get that message out there, some people might pass by me not having this message out there. So I wrote the book. I currently work with military at a local psychiatric hospital, and I travel and talk about this subject.
I see the passion of wanting to help and getting that message across. You focused on the military. Why?
You know, I've had friends who have been in the military, and then with this job that I have, I really do just love the guys that I work with, and every single one of them knows that I love them. And I see so many guys who've gone through rough stuff. We have a women's unit as well. I don't work there. But I just love these guys so much that I decided to work towards sending the message particularly out to them.
Thank goodness for you. And we see how emotional that makes you just talking about it. I can't even imagine, because we're talking about people's lives, and you've taken it upon yourself to spend your life helping them and spreading this message. Will you talk about the 5 simple steps that you have discovered to share when somebody is feeling that low?
Absolutely. Now, these things are super simple, super easy, and it's going to save people a lot of time, energy, money, and stress. So let's just get into them real quick. Ask questions if you have any. But basically, the first one is do some physical exercise. Do something physical every single day. So that could be going to the gym, doing some cardio. It could be lifting. It could be doing yard work, cleaning the house. I clean the garage way too much. So things like that. Doing that physical activity, they've shown that it is 25% better than a lot of just single antidepressants by themselves alone. I utilize this with some of my patients, and so I tell them to do that. The second thing is learn something new every single day. So when we do something intellectual, when we watch a documentary, when we learn something new, one thing that it does is it keeps the mind away from thinking those negative thoughts. We're occupying the mind with something else. And then when we're done learning it, it has given us some sense of accomplishment, which builds confidence. The third thing I like to say is do something social. So we're social beings. We've always been social beings. We needed it for survival, 30,000 years ago. We need it today. It's still within us. Do something social. If you have a loved one who doesn't want to do something social, just sit with them in the room. Breathe. Pretend like you're playing on your phone, and just breathe along with them. Match their breathing. That helps out a ton. It builds rapport. The fourth thing is do some work. Like I said before, accomplishment creates confidence. And so when we get something done, that could be going to work and doing a shift, manual labor, something intellectual, something like that. But that gives us that confidence. And then the fifth thing, which is huge, is get 6 to 9 hours of sleep every night. Studies have shown, this research is in, a lot of people who are considering suicide right before they make an attempt have had sleep disturbances, so get that sleep.
These are all tips that don't cost anything.
No.
And as we know, mental health touches every single person, so I know that has resonated with people watching today. Is there one advice and something that's connected with the people you've talked to throughout the years? If you could say something who's struggling right now.
Yeah, so what I want to say is this, is I've been there. And when I say I've been there, I mean I've been there. It was almost 10 years ago myself. I was considering it myself. and my life was low, it was rough, and right now my life is so full of beauty, it's so full of joy, because the deepest valleys create the highest mountains and the highest peaks. So if you're going through a rut, good, because the beauty you're going to find on the other side of that, especially when you're able to be the strong person for someone else, will give you so much joy in your life. So please stick around.
Thank you so much for being here and for being so open.
Yeah.
That was so important. Somebody out there needed that today. We needed that today.
Thank you so much. And that number, if you are struggling this very moment, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 988, open 24/7, 365. Thank you so much.
Thank you.